The wait is finally over. Guest Hollow's Junior Early American History curriculum for grades 4 through 8 is being released today. Today, I'll share 6 key items with you, some important announcements, details about the book list, a giveaway of this junior high curriculum, a gentle flip through the text, the schedule, and how it all aligns with the high school curriculum. Let's get started. The Guest Hollow's Junior Early American History curriculum for grades 4 through 8 is being released today. The first adopters will get a massive 33% off discount for their purchases with the coupon code listed below. This coupon code will only work for the first 48 hours. It expires on February 16th. After that, you can receive a 15% off discount with a different coupon code, and that will be listed below. Guest Hollow's Junior Early American History curriculum for grades 4 through 8 comes with a 465-page textbook. You can print this textbook because it's in PDF form, or you can cast it, or you can just simply use it online. The textbook will also be available for half price to those who have already purchased Guest Hollow's Early American History for high school. This will give those using Patriots History for year 1 in high school the option of using a less intensive spine if they want to. The textbook will also be available for $30 as a standalone for those who are interested in only purchasing the textbook. The curriculum comes with a bonus discount of 50% off the Big Bad Book List. I'll give you more details on that a little bit later. Just so you know, Guest Hollow is creating a curriculum for grades kindergarten through 3rd grade. That will be released shortly. With this last option, you will have the availability to homeschool at all grade levels, K through 12. All types of learners will get to immerse themselves in a buffet of books and videos and activities, some to include Minecraft optional assignments, recipes, printables, and also dive into a little bit of language arts and other subjects. Does this curriculum come with books? No, you have to order the scheduled books separately. We'll talk about the book list in a moment. Does it come with a printable book list? Yes, it does. A book list with a handy checklist so that you can check off the books that you have read, you can check off the books that you do or do not want to purchase, and you can check off when it is scheduled. Does it come with a schedule? Yes, it does. It comes with 3 different formats: Microsoft Word, PDF, and also you can access it online. What about a supply list? Yes, you get that also. You will have recipe ingredients, art supplies, and other items listed in the curriculum. Does it come with a teacher's manual? No, the history schedule is all that you will need. What about tests? No tests are included in this curriculum. Well, what about a workbook? A workbook is not included. However, there are many links to scheduled activities and printables in lieu of a workbook for this grade level. So what are the prerequisites? There are none. Your time commitment should be about an hour a day, and that also depends on what additional activities you might choose. But as far as prerequisites, there are none. How do I use this with different grade levels? Should my 8th grader use this instead of the high school course? The curriculum can be used for grades 4 through 8. Although it may also be appropriate for some advanced 3rd graders. Now, it may be more appropriate for some 8th graders to use the high school level with the middle school adaptations that are suggested. Those suggestions can be found in the beginning of the printable high school level schedule. You should look at both book lists to see which one is going to best fit your students' needs. Another option for an 8th grader is to use the high school level, but replace that level's spine, a Patriots History, with Beowulf's Big Book of Early American History, and that can be purchased separately. But what if I'm not a fan of a Patriots History for high school? All right, that's a fair question. It is acceptable to use a lower level book like Beowulf's Big Book of Early American History, it does convey the same information. However, note that it is at a lower level. A Patriot's History is used for both years in high school. So you just have to make a decision on if that's going to be the best fit or not. If you have any additional questions on placement or any other thing that I mentioned today, feel free to join the Facebook history page. The owners of the company are always prompt to answer questions, and there are other veteran homeschool moms on there that have been using the Guest Hollow curriculum for a while that can also dive in and answer any questions that you need. So who wrote the textbook? And I have a beautiful answer on this, and I quote, Jen edited the textbook. The textbook is not written to do anything more than inform and educate. History should be an honest report of what happened. It should be neither a whitewash of bad stuff, nor an agenda-driven glamorization. It should not be a platform either for manipulating students. Simply put, history should be an honest account of what happened. Interpretation and determination of how to proceed forward in time should be left to the reader, philosophers, activists, and citizens. So I really appreciate this answer. It is one of the clearest and best answers that I have heard. Teach the facts, give your kids the information that they need, and help to cultivate and show them how to figure out their own opinions and thoughts behind it. I love it. I forgot to end the quote. End quote after citizens. Can you use Guest Hollow's Junior Early American History with the High School Early American History? Yes, you can use it with Year 1. It is designed to track together and cover similar topics along the same weeks. Can I buy a physical copy of this curriculum? No. However, you can print it by sending it to a printing service, or you can use it on your laptop or choose to cast it. Is this curriculum Christian or secular? The company is a Christian company, but Guest Hollow's Junior Early American History curriculum is not intended to be a Christian resource. There may be infrequent or minor references and notes to resources that mention Christian ideas or values, or even topics, but overall, this would be considered a secular curriculum. All of the books scheduled in Guest Hollow's Junior Early American History curriculum are secular. If you want some Christian books to sub or to add in, you can always check out the Big Bad Beautiful Booklist History Edition for ideas. More on that list later. Christians and non-Christians should preview the scheduled books and all other resources such as videos to make sure that they are compatible with your beliefs, philosophies, and values. Let's talk about the book list. There are so many additional book details, so you make sure that you go and check out all of the fine details that are listed on the book list page. As I show you the fiction and non-fiction books, as well as some of the add-ons, I've listed which items have a warning or a caution note tagged to it. The caution could be anywhere from a specific word or something graphic. Your family's caution meter and my family's caution meter are different. So I strongly suggest that you go through the books as well as the videos to see what will work for your family. There is so much to choose from. The buffet is full and rich, so you're not going to miss out on a thing. Let's talk about the giveaway. One subscriber will receive this curriculum. The giveaway ends February 16th, so you have 48 hours to enter. You enter by subscribing to my channel, as well as subscribing to the Guest Hollow Facebook history page. I'll leave that link in the description box. The first main book is The Spine. Beowulf's Big Book of Early American History is the spine book for the year. Everything you need to ace U.S. history in one big fat notebook is also available on Hoopla. This is a history as well as a reference book. Please note, in Chapter 1, this book mentions 40,000 years ago. This Jean Fritz book, Where Do You Think You're Going, Christopher Columbus, has some cautionary notes on pages 17 and page 31. history comics. This particular book is also at my library. Don't forget that option. You can buy it used, you can borrow it from the library, borrow it from a friend, or purchase it new, as well as some of these books are online in different sources such as Audible. Roanoke has some crass humor. Old school history comic. Blood on the River, Jamestown 1607. The cautionary note here is that there is violence, etc. in the book. For the history pockets, there's a recommendation to choose the PDF version to save some money. You can also subscribe to the teacher file box where you can print out all of the pockets that you need during your subscription and grab other printables for other subjects as well. I've used Teacher Toolbox in the past as well as now, and I believe it is a fantastic resource. This printable replica is so cool. There is a small fee for it, and all of the instructions on how to download it is on this page by Homeschool in the Woods Publishing Company. Pirate Diary and 1607, A New Look at Jamestown. There are words and or activities in the books. That's why the cautionary sign is here. What were the Salem witch trials? There's a cautionary note here because there is some violence in the book. Now, I'm not listing every book that is available on Hoopla or that is free at the open library, etc. But when you read the extensive details on the Guest Hollow site, once you have purchased the curriculum, you will see all of the different options that are available for you. On this particular page with Native American Captive, that book is available on Hoopla. And then Indian Captive, the story of Mary Jamison, a Newbery Honor book. That book is available via Kindle, audiobook, and at the open library. It is also available on Everend, and there is a link there for you to get a 60-day free trial. The Winter of Red Snow and An American Plague. Please note the cautionary signs here and refer to the book list to find out exactly what that entails. New York Times best-selling gravel novel series by Nathan Hales. One Dead Spy has some questionable language in the book. Kids have questions too. The two books listed here are unbiased and easy to understand for any age and would be a great addition, especially with the upcoming elections. I've never read A Pioneer Sample, The Daily Life of a Pioneer Family in 1840, but just from the cover, it looks absolutely beautiful. Bees is a companion book for A Pioneer Sampler. On pages 4 to 5, it does discuss evolution. That is why the cautionary note is listed. More books by Nathan Hales, Hazardous Tales. These two books have a caution tag due to some questionable words and some other activity. These three books have sensitive topics and situations that you may want to preview for a younger audience or for any student that might be sensitive. John Lincoln Clem, Civil War drummer boy, has a cautionary note due to some sensitive activity. Tracking an assassin has some information concerning former President Lincoln's death. Oh Captain, My Captain has some information about the horrors of war. The great and only Barnum is tagged because there is an unclear friendship that is mentioned in the book. There is also mention of someone who is overcoming an addiction, so be sure to check that out. So let's get started with the two curriculums. I'm going to show you how they align together. But first, let's dive into the newly released Junior Early American History curriculum. I printed some of the pages to share with you. This curriculum does have a table of contents. The table of contents is for the textbook, not the curriculum. It gives you an idea of what to expect. Let's dive into the actual text and look at how vibrant and beautiful the colors are. I want you to pay close attention to Beowulf because he appears all through the textbook with all sorts of tidbits of fun and factual information. On this page, you'll see that he dives into Greek and Latin root words, and then at the bottom, he gives a little tidbit about this teeny tiny map. Here he is again, speaking about an immunity and asking if you know what that means. On this next page, a little bit of science is inserted, and an explanation of what immunity is explained. I think that the company did a fantastic job with these beautiful choices of colors. The hues are just gorgeous. Now I printed on one side. If you are printing these pages double-sided in color, you will need a lot of ink. So it might be in your best interest to send it to a printing service. Here's an example of a double-sided printed colored page. Look at the details here. Now we're going to dive into the schedule. And I'm going to bring the high school schedule over. And I want you to look at week 16. And I want to show you how these two align together. So, follow my purple highlighter. For week 16, on day 1, it talks about Jay's treaty in the Junior Early American History curriculum. In the high school curriculum, week 16, let me circle that for you. On day 1 as well, it talks about Jay's treaty. Now, if we move on a little further, day 1 in the Early American History Junior Edition, it talks about Adams, the Tariff of Abominations. Day 1 on the high school schedule, it talks about Adams' stillborn administration. On day 2, Junior Early American History, it talks about Jackson, Liberty and Union now and forever. Over on the high school section, on day 2 and 3, it talks about Andrew Jackson, as well as on day 5. Jumping back, on day 5 over here, it talks about Andrew Jackson's second term. Let's move to the videos in week 21, and you can see where the videos for the Junior Early American History start talking about John Quincy Adams right here, Andrew Jackson here, And then on the high school side, John Quincy Adams here, the Jacksonian Democracy here, and additional Jackson videos here at the bottom. Then I wanted to show you how this aligns in the workbook and how it's presented. Here is week 21, day 1 that we just spoke about, Adams, the Tariff of Abominations, and it flows from that page to here, to this page, very clear where you need to be. Beautiful pictures throughout. Week 21, day 3. Here's Beowulf again with another Greek and Latin root word. This one is influx. Week 21, day 4. And the chapters go on, and this is the last page. I thought this was fun, so I wanted to share that with you. Well, look at that. I'm at the end of the book. Wait, what? That can't be the end. There has to be more. There is more, like, well, you'll want to know what happens to McKinley. It isn't good. And then there's a big world war. Oh, and a crazy crash and some amazing inventions. And it goes on and on and on. Over here it says, but nope, we've reached the end of the book. The end. Or is it?